W4RJJ, K0JTA, over.
Is the frequency clear?
W4RJJ, K0JTA, over.
There was a station coming back to me. I was just checking to be sure the frequency was clear. I didn't catch your call. Come back, please.
Okay, yeah, call us K0JTA, Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha, over.
K0 Juliet Tango Papa. Hi, my name is Rob, Romeo Oscar Bravo. I'm down in Birmingham, Alabama. I was just going to do some grid squares up here on 20 meters, but I didn't. Anyway, I didn't want to take anybody's frequency. That's why I was calling. Is the frequency clear, or are you using it, sir?
Give me a call, please. I got RJJ, Rob, over.
Yeah, it's Whiskey 4, Romeo Juliet Juliet.
Okay, real good, real good. Nice to meet you, Rob. Good signal up here. I didn't actually look at the estimator, but I mean, you're pounding up here just really, really nicely. So, well, I tell you what, in, what time is it here? I gotta look for a clock. I got it, 2:19. Yeah, in probably less than 10 minutes, the software-defined radio net will be beginning on this frequency and this kind of stuff. Now, of course, we don't lay claim to the frequency. It's just basically a meeting spot. I don't know if you have any interest in this kind of stuff. There might be a few participants, and it all depends on, oh, you know what I mean, if there's any participants at all. It's kind of a low-key kind of a thing, so it's, oh, there goes the phone coming on. Call there, it's probably a robocall, yeah, V1111. That doesn't look like it's a valid call. Yeah, at any rate, I'll back up to you then, Rob. By the way, my name is Mike. I'm located near Hampton, Minnesota, which is a very, very small city. It's less than 600 people, and it's in the southeastern portion of the state of Minnesota. Go ahead there, Rob. W4 Romeo Juliet Juliet. This is K0 Juliet Tango Alpha JTA. So, yeah, the call is just a little bit wrong there, but that's close enough, Rob. Over.
Hey, good deal. Yeah, I had put a Papa in instead of an Alpha. Oh, hey, no problem. I'm glad I checked, and I appreciate you coming in to tell me. I had no idea. Normally, I don't come up this high on the band, but it was open, and I was just checking it out. So, hey, seriously, I appreciate you telling me, and I'll just cue fly around and find some other place to do some grid chasing. Just had a little time to play some radio, so I was going to see, you know, where the prop was running today. So, Mike, I thank you for the call. Y'all have a good net time, and appreciate you telling me, my friend. Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha. Hey, Mike, take care. W4RJJ down in Alabama.
Okay, real good. Birmingham, Alabama. Yep, I've never been down there. Had a relative was there in the, gee, this has been, way too many decades back. But this gentleman was in the Army, but that's been, gee whiz, probably in the 50s. Yeah, well, at any rate, not to be concerned. I'm old enough to be cognizant of that, but I mean, beyond that, I'm just, you know, I'm just plain simply old, and that's it. But what are you running for radio there, by the way? I'm running an IC 7300 here, which is a software-defined radio, and running about, oh, maybe 30 or 35 watts into a little ALS 600 amplifier. And my antenna is a 75-meter loop antenna at about 35 feet. W4RJJ. By the way, with your worked all counties and this kind of stuff, or worked all grids, that's a pretty fascinating kind of a thing. I never got into that. But if you have time there, Rob, just go ahead. Like I said, we got time in before the net begins here anyway. Over.
Yeah, good deal. Yeah, I've just got a basic, yeah, your signal's great, by the way. You're up at 5.9 solid. Yeah, I've just got a basic Yaesu FT DX1200, and I've got a little Elecraft KPA 500. It's, doing about 540 right now. It'll do 6 with no problem, but it's, I don't know, I have it turned down a little bit. And I don't have a very big antenna. I just have an inverted L wire out in my backyard up at about, really about 30 feet at the apex. So, hey, that's all I got going, Mike. Over.
Well, it certainly is pounding up here nicely. Boy, well, of course, that KPA 500, that's really, really, really a nice amplifier. I had a guy offer me one here sometime back as a trade for another, I guess it was, it was the Flex 5000 or something. I'm not sure which it was. But, yeah, that's an awfully, awfully nice one. Got some features that the rest of them just are going to be hard for them to catch up, make a long story short. So I tried only one inverted L, and that was for 160 meters. And, well, for one thing, it wasn't put up very nicely, and it wasn't very high. So it kind of worked the way it was, kind of worked the way it looked, which wasn't very good at all. But in your case there, you got the, excuse me, inverted L 30 feet. Well, you're in good shape, especially for this band then. So, yeah, all right. Your signal is sounding good. It looks good and this kind of stuff. That's about all I guess I can offer. If you look me up in K0JTA.com, there's a link there at the top of the page for a streaming possibility, and that's what I do when I run the nets. I offer that. Basically, it's a link that'll take you to gee, what is it? My list of stuff on YouTube, and then look for the one that says active or something like that. It'll have some red text under it, as I recall. But click on that, you'll be able to see what the piece of software is that I'm running here that controls my IC 7300. See what that all looks like. So, go ahead there, Rob. W4RJJ, K0JTA in southeastern Minnesota. Over.
Hey, good deal, Mike. Yeah, I'll take a look. I'll take a look later on this afternoon. I've got you in my log, and I'll come back and go to your page and take a look. And anyway, it's sounding good. You're peaking 10 over on that last one. Well, let me go ahead and run. I'm gonna QSY. I don't want to top your frequency. Y'all have a good net, and I'll go down somewhere on 20 meters and see where the prop is running. I see it's running north here now, so you never know. But I'll go check it out. Hey, you're a good guy, and I appreciate you talking to me. You sounded great in Birmingham. K0 Tango Alpha 73 from Birmingham, Alabama. W4RJJ.
Real good, Rob. Real good, Rob. Nice station you got there too, and it's really working nicely. And yeah, like I say, that KPA 500, that's especially fine piece of equipment. So, but of course, your FTDX 1200 is doing a stellar job also. Thank you very much for your consideration. I do appreciate it. You are a gentleman. Glad to have the chance to meet you. W4 Romeo Juliet. Rob in Birmingham, Alabama. This is K0JTA, now clear with you. 7-3, have a good day and good luck. Over.
Hey, Mike, no problem at all. Y'all have a good day up there, too. Stay warm. Take care. I hope to catch you again some other time, Mike. 7-3 from Alabama.
Okay, stay warm. Yeah, 31 degrees here. Yeah, that tells the story. 7-3. You're logical. You're in a better logical part of the country. K0JTA is clear then and standing by on this frequency if you have any early check-ins or comments and this kind of stuff. This is K0JTA, Mike in southeastern Minnesota. Over.
Good afternoon, Mike. This is Kilo India 6 Uniform Mike. Things looking good. I copy you very well over the air and also on YouTube. You're looking good there.
Wonderful. Got two of them there. KI6UM, Lou, how are you? Good afternoon to you and good on the report there. Let's just take a standby. There was somebody else in there. Who was that? Here's K0JTA. Over.
Whiskey Bravo 6, Juliet, Foxtrot Hotel. Your S9 here, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, real good. Yeah, your S9 here too. My goodness. What the heck's the deal here? Really interesting. Well, let's see. I'll put it back to you. KI6UM. Okay, so you're on the YouTube thing. I'm not looking at it here. And I'm showing that they got pretty darn good coverage here, you might say, or whatever, performance. Looking at the control panel here for the OBS software. I don't even know what that thing stands for anymore. Got it. At any rate, the free software works good. And has some issues, of course, with some local interference here, local devices taking up my bandwidth. We're limited to only 1 meg upload here. But at any rate, right now I'm showing drop frames is at 0.0%. Which is quite fantastic. CPU load is only 3.2%. I've got it set at 20 frames per second at the minute, so, and I just do that just because it was part of my method of trying to conserve the bandwidth, Lou. But good afternoon to you. I wonder how you're doing out there. Right here, it's like say 31 degrees. So we're experiencing this this tundra of Minnesota feature or whatever. KS6UM with B6JFH and the software defined read on net on the side. This is K0JTA. Go ahead there, Lou.
Okay, I left a little pause there. K0JTA and the software-defined radio group, KI6UM. Very good, Mike. You sound good. Conditions are pretty good today. I'm copying you over the air quite well. You're about a 5'7", 5'8", but good copy. And also on YouTube. As a matter of fact, the chat on YouTube is working. I sent you a quick note there. So everything looks very good here. Excellent, excellent. Well, we're doing fine here. It's a sunny day, a bit on the cool side, but it's not too bad. Of course, as you all probably seen on TV, we have a fire about 70 miles north of us, maybe 80 miles north of us. And last night we had quite a bit of smoke, but this morning it's cleared up. We've got blue skies. That's the situation here, Mike. Back to you. K0JTA and the software-defined radio group, KI6UM.
Okay, well, KI6UM, the SDR group. This is K0JTA. Yeah, that's. I was thinking about you actually a couple of days ago when they were having the national news and the coverage and the rate that this thing was moving was really quite something. Now, one thing that they didn't say was what direction this thing was generally moving. I know the Santa Ana winds generally are outbound, I think, westbound. I've forgotten now, but is it moving your direction? To make a long story short, Lou, over?
No, we're lucky in that respect. The Northern California fire is about 70, 80 miles north of us, and luckily the wind is blowing it towards the ocean westward, not the south. But there's a small town up there called Paradise, about 27,000 people, and apparently 99% of the town is gone. It's just all burned out. And there were a few hams there. There was one lady up there, I can't remember call. She's okay. She was evacuated, but she lost everything. She lost her radio gear and all. And it's a very sad situation, but oh boy. And that fire is not contained. It's still spreading. But what can you do? That's about it. Anyway, if you look at your screen there, I'm looking at it here, and it looks good. I see my signals on your radio there. And also, I mentioned to you that the chat part of your setup there is working. I sent you a little quick note. So back to you, Mike. K0JTA, KI6UM.
Okay, real good. And yeah, okay, on the hams that are up there in, I think, gee, I already forgot the name of the darn city, Paradise. It's certainly not a Paradise kind of a situation then, but yeah, I didn't realize that there was that much of the city that was gutted or not evacuated. It was just simply gutted and burned and destroyed. Wow, that's just amazing. And it's a pretty darn good sized city too, 27,000 people. My goodness. That's really impressive, and not in a positive way. And that's just unimaginable. And of course, that's just one city. Look at all the probably smaller cities, and of course the people that are living out there, you know, in the surrounding area. Man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, quite something. I did change the view here a little bit so you can see that. You can watch your signal, this kind of stuff too. But you can see that your signal, yeah, looks a little better. Looks well, it's more clear to be able to see it. Your signal, of course, did not change because it's well, it's as good as it could possibly be. And of course, you knew that anyway. But I'll say it anyway. But as a result, then with my just check and change here from two different things on the lower left, I got the Wincom with Spectrum. That's what I got called here. Otherwise, a full screen of my. It's a kind of a strange format. I got it to monitor cheap, and I think that's the reason why. It's like a 3x4 or something, but it's not the normal 16:9, so it doesn't fit things properly or well. But can switch back and forth by tapping on the full screen or the alternate, which would be the smaller portion or smaller selection. So, but anyway, when I go to full screen, you can see it doesn't fit that way either. But oh well. Alright, real good, Lou. Nice to have you aboard and this kind of stuff. And of course, your radio is sounding just fantastic. K0JTA and the SDR net. This is K0JTA. Net is in session, by the way. My name is Mike, southeastern Minnesota. Go ahead, Lou, over.
I put a little pause in there. See if somebody else wants to join. Well, you're looking good and you're sounding good there, Mike. So, very good. Well, it is 10:32. I'll let you go and put out a few calls and see if more people join us, okay? And that's about it from here. So back to you, and let's see if we can get a few more people on the air here to exchange information about all these radios, huh? K0JTA and the software-defined radio group, KI6UM. I'll be listening.
Very good, Lou. I was going to say one more thing. I'm negotiating with a guy right now for an Anon 200D, so I'm returning to the flock, and so now you can finally relax. I'm coming back to the flock. The lost has been found, killed, fed, caught, all that kind of stuff like that. So, okay. But we'll see how it works out. Just like I said, we're in a negotiation phase at this particular point. Okay, this is K0JTA. This is the software-defined radio net. And this net meets each Sunday at this time, local time of 12:30 p.m. here in the state of Minnesota. I'm located in southeastern Minnesota, running right now an ICOM IC7300, which is a software defined radio. It's not quite like having the more robust or the genuine SDRs, you might say. I can't even use that term properly, I guess, really, because the IC7300 is definitely a it's a second generation SDR, because it does employ the FPGA and the DDC, DOC, in other words, direct down conversion, direct up conversion stuff. It is not quite as capable, though, as, let's say, for example, on a Anon radio. But anyway, if you'd like to be able to see what I'm seeing and hear what I'm hearing on the piece of software that is operating my IC7300, look me up on KRZ.com. At the top of the page, there's a link for, it's a kind of a convoluted link. I can't begin to recite it. Click on that link, and once you get there, it'll take you to YouTube, and look for the one that's got some red text, and it'll say live or something like that. And at that point, you'll be able to see what I see and hear what I hear. There is a 10 to 15 second delay that's built into the system, and I think that's just the way it is. Okay, this is K0JTA. I got KI6UM and WP6JFH checked in. Anybody else would like to jump in? I'll be right back with you, David, by the way. Come ahead. No, any stations, over. Nothing heard here. WB6JFH, good afternoon, David. By the way, are you getting my emails, over?
K0JTA in the group, WB6JFH. Your signal is still about S9. Took a little bit of a phase, Mike, but still copyable. I can barely hear Lou, but, my antenna's pointing in your direction versus his direction, stuff like that. As far as emails, yes, I'm getting them, and I'm going to answer them now. The MAVA stuff was talked about. George talked about that stuff, W3GS. It wasn't in the user group. The other stuff that we were talking about, kept looking off the subject, I think was the title of the thread. Then there you'll find the other stuff I was talking about, that we were talking about last week and stuff. So I hope that answers your question. As far as out here, the temperature is 30 degrees, we got the snow, Friday night, around not very much, just a skip, but it's up, but the driveway's not wide. More snow is forecasted next week, so it looks like we've turned the corner and we're now heading towards winter. How much snow we're going to get and all that, we don't know, but it's already cold, and the lows overnight are in the middle 20s, so might be we might have significant snow by Thanksgiving. We'll just see. It could warm up and all go away and then come back later, but typically we have snow around Thanksgiving or a little bit after. So we'll see how that goes. And the antenna is the KT-34 is still on the ground. We were supposed to come out and put it up last Friday, but several people got sick with stomach flus and bugs like that. And so it's hopefully it'll be next week, but since the forecast for snow, I'm not sure how that's going to work out right now. So I hope that answers your questions for you. Had a good signal. The guy there from Alabama was coming in pretty good as well with his inverted L and stuff like that. So had a real nice signal with his setup there. I agree. The KPA 500 is a very good amplifier. If I had some bucks, I would go ahead and buy that, but they don't have the deep pockets yet. Back to you, Mike. K0JTA in the group. WB6JFH. Go ahead.
Real good. WB6JFH and the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA. My name is Mike. I'm in southeastern Minnesota. Just as a reminder, if you'd like to be able to see what I see and hear what I hear, look me up on KRZ.com. At the top of that page, there is a link there for it'll take you basically to YouTube and take you to my listing or my area, you might say, on YouTube, and then look for one of the items there that has some red text. It'll say live now or something like that. Click on that and you'll be able to see what I see and hear what I hear, with of course the 10 or so second time delay built into it. Okay, and your David, on your antenna project, well, that's too bad. Yeah, it sounds like things were coming on nicely as far as a plan. Boy, good golly, you gotta just really rely on a little luck and this kind of stuff so you can get this darn thing taken care of before the snow does fly in earnest. We do have snow on the ground here, a couple of inches or so. It is receding. It's kind of like it's evaporating, I think. That's about the way it goes. And of course our temperature right now is 31 degrees and heavily overcast. So yesterday we did have some sunshine, not very much, but it's been pretty much all summer here. It seems like it's just been overcast and things like that. We've had a lot of moisture, more than normal, so I hope this is not an indicator of the fact we're going to get a ton of snow this next winter. You know, it's going to be kind of hard to say. And Lou, Dave is barely hearing you direct, but at least he's able to hear you, which is quite interesting. So, yep, that KPA 500, that is really, really a nice piece of engineering, and I believe Lou has one of those. Okay, let's see. And okay, on the emails, very, very good. I'd appreciate if you send me the link to that, gee, was it Mavis or something like that? I can't even think what it was. But yeah, the link you had mentioned, I think that's going to be perhaps the most valuable one to me. So yes, please do send that to me if you would, please. Just really, really interested in something like that. And I was going to kind of hang fire until something like that would come out. But of course, that would probably be years. So, like I say, when this other radio came available here, where like I said, I'm just still chatting about that. And so we're going to see if we can come up with some kind of a deal on this kind of stuff. So, alright, this is K0JTA. This is the software-defined radio net. Looking for any further possible check-ins and relays or things like that. Come ahead now. Over. Hearing nothing at all. Well, okay, back up to you. I guess Lou, it's going to be another short session. And I did get an email from George, W2GS. He had a really serious lightning strike, and it took out quite a few various things like a rotor control and computers and things like that. Yet his antenna stuff was all disconnected, so it must have come in through his Ethernet ports, his Ethernet wiring, as far as you can tell. So he's had a real serious kick there. So it's going to take him some time to get things rebuilt. I don't know what, if any, damage were done to the radios, because of course a lot of radios these days are coupled via the Ethernet. So, you know, if he had other devices injured by his EMP on his Ethernet system, well, the radios would be another candidate. Well, that's just another tough one. Well, at any rate, KS6UM and the S and the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA. Good afternoon again, Lou, and anything further, over. KS6UM, this is K0JTA, over.
Okay, Mike, very good. K0JTA, the software-defined radio group, KI6UM. Very good. No, nothing to add. The other station, I could hear them very well on your site, but not over the air. Of course, we're so close, and the propagation for 20 is not favoring us. But I have nothing else to add at this time, but I'll be listening, and hopefully more people show up. And good luck on your Firedeck 200D. Just keep in mind, if you hear someone out there that has a 7000 and would like to upgrade to the 8000, I'm open to that because of my space restriction here. The 7000 would be a better fit. So if you hear someone out there with a 7000 that would like to upgrade to 200 watts, please let me know. Now, as far as the Elecraft KPA 500, I used to have one. It was a very nice amplifier. I used to have the K3, the KPA 500 amplifier, and the KAT 500 tuner. Well, I sold those, and right now I'm using the SPE Expert, the Italian job, the 1K solid-state amplifier. And of course, I'm using the 8000, the ANAN 8000. That's the situation here, Mike. So back to you, and I'll be listening. K0JTA and the software-defined radio group, KI6UM.
Real good. KI6UM and the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA. Okay, and your KPA 500. I did not realize you had gotten rid of that, but I do recall, I guess that makes it logical though, but I do recall you're talking about the Expert. Yeah, that's another move up. My goodness, that's quite an impressive piece of hardware right there. My goodness. And okay, and you're running with the 8000 DLE. The guy that I'm negotiating with also has an 8000, so that would be the case. And yes, I do recall that you were considering the possibility of downgrading, you might say. Well, really not downgraded, but just shifting to the 7000, because of course the 7000 would fit into your the structure, your architecture of your shelving for your amateur radio stuff. So I can see that as a good maybe a needed move, because that's one thing about the 8000. It's a pretty darn good sized box, no doubt. So real good. All right. Well, thank you very much then, and for your being here and this kind of stuff. I'll take another real short standby, and if anybody else would like to check into the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA, over.
WA2IEK in Pennsylvania is listening.
WA2IEK is what I wrote down. My name is Mike. I'm in southeastern Minnesota. By the way, if you have a computer there, look me up in K0Z.com. My call is K0JTA, Kilo 0, Juliet, Tango, Alpha. At any rate, once you look me up in K0Z.com, at the link at the top will take you to a list of items, you might say, on YouTube. One of them will say live now or something like that, and you'll be able to see what I see and hear what I hear with my software-defined radio here. So WA2IEK, good afternoon. What's your equipment and location, name, things like that, over.
Thank you. I'm still getting the radio tuned up. Could you repeat your call, please? WA2IEK.
Okay, yep. My call is Kilo 0, Japan, Tokyo, America. Kilo 0, Juliet, Tango, Alpha, over.
K0JTA from WA2IEK. Sorry for the delay. And what net am I checking into, please?
I missed your question, over.
Okay, I think my limited antenna. My limited antenna is going to give me problems. So thank you for calling up K0JTA, WA2IEK. My name is Pennsylvania.
This is the Software Defined Radio Net, SDR Net. Did you say your radio's an IC 7200 or 7300? Over.
Roger, the radio is 7200. 67 and got the radio today.
Awfully rough copy here, I'm sorry to say. Look me up on K0JTA.com. You'll be able to see what I'm seeing and hear what I'm hearing here. Look me up on K0JTA.com. Topmost link will take you to YouTube. Copy that, Bob? Over. Real good there, Bob. I missed quite a bit of that, but I understand you're going to go QRT for a little bit. I think you were mentioning something about an antenna situation, so okay, very good on that. Alright, 7.3 then. Let's see, this is K0JTA. This is the Software Defined Radio Net, the SDR Net. Anybody out there would like to check in? If you have comment, relay, anything like that, please come ahead. This is K0JTA, Mike in southeastern Minnesota. Over.
November 1, Whiskey Mike Mike.
November 1, Whiskey something, go ahead.
November 1, Whiskey Mike Mike.
W1 Whiskey Mike Mike. Okay, very good. Go ahead, sir. My name is Mike, and I'm located in southeastern Minnesota. Over.
Okay, Mike, the name here is Ed, Echo Delta, and I'm in western Connecticut, and just ran across the SDR net, so thought I'd check in.
Wonderful. Okay, your signal's not wildly strong, but it's a 100% copy, so real good on western Connecticut. Never been up that far, that's for darn sure. Got as far as Boston a couple times, and that's about it. So, actually a little ways north of Boston, but I mean, well, you know how it goes. At any rate, Ed, real good. I'm just curious what you're running there and this kind of stuff. I'm running an IC 7300 here at about 35-40 watts into a little ALS 600 amplifier. And my antenna is a 75-meter loop antenna at about 35 feet. The Software Defined Radio Net is for anybody that would like to check in. You know, the interest, you might say, in software defined radios is increasing, and of course this would be one of the topics of the net, you might say. But if you'd like to be able to see what I'm seeing and hear what I'm hearing with my IC 7300, which is an SDR, look me up on KRZ.com. The topmost link is will take you to YouTube, and one of the items there will show live now or something like that. The call once again is Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha. So look that up in KRZ.com. And November 1 Whiskey Mike Mike in western Connecticut, rather. This is K0JTA. Over.
Okay, Mike, I just turned the amp on. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. I am running an Icon 7610 right now into an Elecraft KPA 500 with their tuner. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I also have another radio. It's a Flex 6400M, but that one's not hooked to an amp, so I'm using this one today. Back to you.
Okay, real good. Excellent. Well, I've had many of the Flex radios. I've had, you know, the 1500s. I've had the 3000, a couple of 50 of this. Gee, what is it now? The 5000s. I've had Soft Rocks. I've had. I've actually had one of the 7610 radios myself. It was a fine radio, but it was actually too much for me. It was just, you know, just far beyond my needs and perhaps even abilities. So that's why I moved down here. This little IC 7300. So well, let's see. I did have a Flex 6500 though, so I'm familiar with the 6400 to some degree, at least with the Smart SDR operating system. Let's see. Got it. Oh yeah, okay. I get your call written down here. I thought I was goofing up here, but I did get it. November 1 Whiskey Mike Mike. Once again, this is the Software Defined Radio net, the SDR net, so you're extremely welcome, especially with all of your participation with your equipment lineup there. So, and did you get the link for looking me up on K0JTA.com and then go to follow that link and go to which will take you to YouTube? And your amplifier didn't help out a lot. Your KPA 500, that's another one we've heard on here. That's a great piece of equipment, no doubt. November 1, Whiskey Mike. Go ahead there, Ed. K0JTA, over.
Okay, Mike, very good. I've got the information, and I will look it up on YouTube. And with that, I'm going to clear off the signals went down to about around that time, so we're going to changing. Anyway, if you're on here every Sunday, or I'll check that out and check in again. So I'll say 7-3 for now, and nice meeting you today. And I guess that's it from here for now. N1WMM will be clear in your final, Mike.
Okay, real good. Nice to meet you. And yeah, the net does meet every Sunday at 12:30 local time. So it will be 17:30 Zulu or 18:30 Zulu, depending on daylight savings. And what you want to do is use the link that's supplied if you go to K0JTA.com, then look me up. The link is already there. Otherwise, it may take you to some kind of a convoluted, more complex method of getting there. So look me up on K0JTA.com. Use that link, and it'll just be easier for you. Ed, over.
Okay, Mike, I've got it all, and I'm looking at your YouTube feed right now.
Okay, real good. Yeah, right now I've got it kind of zoomed in for a particular thing, and the stuff that I'm running here is, it's called Win for ICOM Suite. WIN, the digit 4, ICOM SUITE. So I've had the other one, the RSBA, and it's just really difficult to get it operating. This one here, by comparison, was very simple. And of course, me being a simple person, well, I need all the help I can get. And so I got this thing running here to some degree. I haven't gotten the remote capabilities running yet. The application package is certainly capable of it, but it's something you might want to have a look at. Win for ICOM Suite is what I am running here. WIN, the digit 4, ICOM SUITE. So just kind of a nice little package you might want to look at. I don't know if you're running that RSBA one. I do have that, but like I said, it was just really difficult for me to get going. W1, Whiskey Mike, Ed, K0JTA, over.
Okay, Mike, it's a correction on the call. It's November 1. Yeah, I do have the RSBA one, and I find the same thing very difficult. I've gotten it to where I can receive fine, but I can't transmit with it. The Flex radio that I have sitting here as well seems to be a little easier, but I haven't got that totally worked out yet either. But we'll check that out and see how that looks. N1WMM.
Okay, by the way, if I gave your call wrong, I've got it written down here as November 1, Whiskey Mike. So sorry if I was rambling in the wrong direction there, and that happens a lot, and so I'm used to it. And yeah, the RSBA one, it's just really complicated. There's a total of 4 packages that you have to run, 2 at the host computer and 2 on the remote computer. It's an awful lot to kind of get corralled in this kind of stuff. But yeah, this the Win for ICOM Suite is just wildly simple by comparison, and you can, when you download, you have 30 days to evaluate, try it out. All the functions are there, not crippled in any way, but it does have a 30-day timeout, so it's free for use for the first 30 days. And the cost of the package is only $50, which is a lot better than the RSBA one also. So yeah, have a look at that, Ed, and come back again one fine day. Your signal's still good here. You maybe went down to like S5. You were 10 dB over S9. But you went down to S5, but still a very nice, easy copy. 7-3, unless you had something further, Ed. Nice to meet you, and good luck on your IC7610. That's a great radio. And November 1, Whiskey Mike, K0JTA, over.
Okay, Mike, and also the IC7300 that you're running is another great radio, and it's amazing for the price, the quality of that radio. Okay, Mike, 7-3, and we'll check in again as we can. This is November 1, Whiskey Mike, clear.
Okay. Okay, real good. 7-3 then. Nice to hear you aboard. Okay, this is K0JTA. This is the software-defined radio net. Looking for any further possible check-ins or comments or relays. Come ahead now. Over. Nothing heard here. Got Lou, KS6UM. I got David, KWB6JFH, still on frequency. Anything further from you guys? Come ahead now. Over.
I can't hear Lou, so WB6JFH. Hope I'm not doubling.
No, you're okay. Go ahead, David.
Okay, Mike. WB6JFH. I heard the last station. He was about S7 to S8. Really nice audio here, and he looked really good on the pan adapter with the 7610 stuff. And he did come up a little bit when he fired up the amplifier, but even barefoot, I was able to copy him. So nice signal out here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm sorry to hear about George and his lightning strike. Several hams up here have had lightning strikes which destroyed radios and antennas and stuff like that. So I have some idea what George is going through right now. I'm sorry to hear about that. As for the fires in California, I've been all up in that area and down in that area. You know, when I was growing up, Mom and my parents wanted to go on drives all over the place. So actually, the only place I've never been is San Diego, but pretty much everywhere else. So I know where the fires are, and or this big one right now they've been hearing about stuff, and sounds like what you were saying, that Blue is not necessarily affected by that, but you know, you never know. The whole state could go up, I guess, because of all the drought and stuff that happens now. So I'm sorry to hear about that, especially this late in the season and stuff. So, and the other thing is, why the 200D? Why just go for a 7,000? You know, have all the latest and greatest stuff. So that's the question, Mike. Back to you, K0JTA in the group, WB6JFH.
Okay, real good. WB6JFH and the SDR net. This is K0JTA. Well, mainly that kind of piqued my interest here because number one, I've been kind of missing the features and function of the Anon radio, and the person had offered the possibility of a trade for an IC 7300. Well, I have too many IC 7300s here to make a long story short. So it will just be you know, pretty easy to move. I'd have to give them some extra money to be able to accomplish that trade. But that's the reason why. Now the IC 7000, not the IC, the Anon 7000. That's what, about $3,000, or what did they get for that radio? Over.
I think it goes for about $3,600, something like that. I ordered mine by doing the pre-order stuff, like they did for the 8,000. Got a great big discount on it, and so that's why I went for that. But okay, trading, that's a good thing too. You know, if we get a pretty much across the board trade, and up to 200D is a very good radio from all the stuff I've heard. If the 7,000 wasn't available, I probably would have gone to the 200D and stayed with that. So, and you know, it's a good radio. It has the original Ryan board in it. So when the Thetis comes out, it'll be just ready to plug and play it in. Hopefully, that's if everything with Thetis is working, and we don't know that part yet. But anyway, so yeah, very good. Sounds good. Yeah, hopefully George didn't lose his radio. One of the guys I worked with, Hewlett Packard, had a lightning strike, and he had one of the latest radios. This was, I guess about 20 years ago or so, and it blew out the front end of the radio, and he sent it in to have it fixed. And you know, when a lightning strike hits a radio, you don't know what all parts have been destroyed. And a lot of times you can't catch all the parts that have actually been killed by or damaged by the lightning strike. So he ended up having to buy a new radio because of that. And they looked at it, but there were just so much damage in all the boards that you might as well buy a new one than trying to replace all the parts that were damaged by the lightning strike. A lot of times, this is part of ESD. A lot of times the part can be damaged but not killed. It'll work for a while, for months, maybe even years, but slowly it'll degrade and eventually it will die. I had a lot of that stuff with working for Hewlett-Packard where a part was damaged and it worked for the customer for, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, whatever. But slowly it was deteriorating and eventually it quit altogether. So that's the kind of thing that you can't actually measure when you're actually working on the product. Or all the parts have been damaged, how much damage was done to it. Because, the symptoms don't show up right away. Like an amplifier, the gain would slowly decrease to the point where eventually it wasn't enough application to keep the rest of the circuit running. And that's the kind of stuff that really, it's hard to troubleshoot. It's scary to really know that you might have that because it's so hard to troubleshoot stuff. So I hope George is okay with far as the radios are concerned. Back to you, K0JTA in the group, WB6JFH, go ahead.
Okay, real good. WB6JFH and the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA. Yep. I don't know what his total assessment was. He had kind of a summary. I'm not sure, but I think I had sent you the synopsis of his lightning damage. Maybe not. Maybe if not, if I didn't, I'll have to try to keep that in my feeble mind and do that. But yeah, it was really kind of a nasty thing. I guess the lightning came up kind of out of the blue. He's had a lot of precipitation, a lot of rains, and what do you say, I forget, 5 out of 7 days for the last 2 weeks or something like that, as I recall. At any rate, he's had a lot of precip, a lot of rain, that kind of stuff. And this lightning was just kind of a surprise, I guess. Well, it's just the way it goes. It's, I suppose, well, what could you do? Yeah, that's another thing as far as you talk about the lightning damage. That's one thing, but the problem is the term injury to the ICs especially is a very real thing. And yeah, it does take time for those injuries to propagate or mature or whatever you want to call it. But it's there, and once it begins, it's pretty much unstoppable. So yeah, it's really hard to chase something like that down. Okay, on the 200D having the Orion board, I did say it has the version 24 board as far as the main board, and okay, and being ready for Thetis and this kind of stuff. That's really quite fascinating in itself. So yep, it's just going to be rather interesting. So yeah, let's see how it all comes out. I shot him an offer. We'll see what he comes back with here, and I would assume we'll meet someplace in the middle. He did mention he had somebody also that was close by and he had cash and this kind of stuff, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. If it works out, fine. If it doesn't, that's okay too. So, because I guess what I have here will work. It's just that I really do still highly respect and therefore miss the Anon radios. That's for darn sure. WB6JFH and the SDR net. This is K0JTA. Go ahead there, Lou. Go ahead, David, over.
K0JTA in the group, WB6JFH. Yeah, very good. Yeah, we'll see. George will just have to assess what's happening and stuff like that. Hopefully he didn't do too much damage to his antenna, but you have that. You have the rotor cable coming in. I have lightning arresters on both here because I'm in, thunderstorm country up here. And there has been a lot of lightning storms that have been just as impressive as you see in the movies and stuff like that. But this is real life. And so I have that. I also disconnect antennas. I disconnect cables to the radio inside the shack. I haven't disconnected the Ethernet cable. I didn't even think about that. So I might have to think about that the next time we have a storm come through here. Because that's a vulnerable point too. So it's no fun. Like my friend, it was no fun to go with that. It blew out some other stuff in the house. He had a flat screen TV. It blew that out. Blew out his microwave and some other electronics that he had. He was an engineer. Well, actually, he still is, but I don't know if he's still employed for Seaside or not. But anyway, he had all kinds of project test equipment at home, like a lot of the engineers for HP and stuff had, and it blew out some of that too. So it was a direct hit. It hit his antenna directly and went through some kind of tower, zone 45 or something like that. Went through that. The antenna, the tower was where at the base you could see where lightning spread out through the ground wires and stuff like that. And, it just did a whole bunch of damage. He was lucky he didn't burn down the house, but but everything else, a lot of stuff inside got damaged and or killed by that. So lightning you don't want to play with, and we've got big antennas with either wires or beams or whatever up in the air. They do make very good lightning rods. K0JTA, WB6JF8 in the group. Go ahead.
Okay, real good. Yeah, that's the way it goes. I guess you put these things up there, and they are a attractive nuisance, or whatever the term might be applied there. So, yep, that's just the way it goes. Yeah, very, very, very interesting. Let's see, as far as George, he did mention, I believe, that he had a damage to a rotor controller, and another device that was connected or related to his antennas. I know he was describing one time he's got his weather station, for example, hooked up to some kind of a doodad at his house, and if the wind comes up to a certain point, it automatically will turn the antenna into the wind or turn it in a more favorable direction to guarantee or at least enhance the reliability of his antenna. And so it might have been this device also, but I think it was just kind of summarizing. But at least he had damage to a rotor controller of some kind, and I think he said a couple of computers. So that's I've read about people having troubles with blowing out the USB ports, and also not USB ports, Ethernet ports on the Anon radios. And I do run my Ethernet cables that go to the radio, and I run those through it's a surge protector that's built into a Belkin type, multi-plug, you plug one thing, it's got a whole bunch of plugs on it, I can't think of the term, but it's also got surge suppression built in for the AC power as well as for your telephone circuit, and also, in this case, for the Ethernet circuit. I don't know if it does any good or not, but I have it hooked up, and I have not been disconnecting my Ethernet cables. Maybe I should, I don't know. At any rate, it's always kind of fun to live on the edge, though, you know what I mean. At any rate, alrighty, let's see, 10 after 1 here, about, so I'll take another standby. I'll say that this is the Software Defined Radio Net, the SDR net. My name is Mike. I'm located in southeastern Minnesota, and if you'd like to be able to see what I see and hear what I hear, look me up in K0JTA.com. Click on the topmost link on the page there, and it'll take you to a series of items, one of which should say live now or something like that. It'll have some red text under it. Once you get there, then you'll be able to click on that link, and you'll be able to see what I see and hear what I hear, and things like that. There is a timer that's built into it, but I mean, it's kind of fun to be able to see what your signal looks like, see what it sounds like, things like that. Let's see, this once again is the Software Defined Radio Net. My name is Mike, and I'm in southeastern Minnesota. Anybody would like to check in? Come in now, over.
Alpha Delta 6, Hotel, Florida.
Got one there, 86HF. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Mike, gee, I haven't checked in a long time. Your signal's way up. You still running your 600 watts, or you run a little more power? Did you change the antennas? Name here is Bob, and I am in Southern California in a town called Inyokern, California, in the upper Mojave Desert. Over.
Okay, that's one I've not heard of. I've not heard of. By the way, I spent about 4 years out there in the San Diego area, and so it's a beautiful part of the country, by the way. No, still running. Let's see, I'm showing here about 400 to 450 watts, something like that. Closer to 400 watts, I guess, actually. And so I'm running the IC 7300 here at about 30 or 35 watts into a little ALS 600 amplifier, which is giving me that amount of power. The antenna is still the same one, the 75 meter loop antenna at about 35 feet. Your signal is wonderful here, very, very strong. I think conditions are good, and so that helps, of course, also. 86HF, what are you running through a radio there, Bob? Over.
Yeah, of course. I'm running an Anon 100 into a ALS 600 into a Optibeam, which is up about 55 feet. The Optibeam is a 13-element antenna. It covers 40 through 10. Gives me 3 active elements on every band except 40, which is 2 active elements. So I have 3 elements on up about 55 feet at 500 watts. Over.
Okay, real good. Interesting Optibeam. Oh, that runs 17 meters also. Over.
Sure does. Runs everything but 30 meters, but I find using my antenna tuner I can tune it to play really nice on 30 meters as well.
I'll be darned. Okay, that's really quite nice, and got coverage at a 40 meters guaranteed, but 30 meters, by golly. That's a pretty darn nice looking antenna then, as far as the specifications. Real good. Let's see. Something else I was thinking about there. Oh, yeah, okay, your Anon 100. Yeah, I used to have one of those. I've had 2 of the Anons, actually, the 100 and the 200D, and I've moved into the ICOM radios here now, but I'm negotiating to pick up an Anon 200D, and so I'm going to be back in the flock here with the real thing, as opposed to these ICOM radios. Are fine little radios, but they just don't have the features and functions and basically the abilities that the Anon does. I really like the software, the Power SDR, and I really miss it. Just a lot of things, a lot of features that the Anon just cannot do. So right now I'm running a piece of software called Win4 ICOM Suite. WIN and the digit 4 ICOM SUITE, all one word. Win4 ICOM Suite, and that's a nice little package. And if you look up on K0JTA.com, there's a link there that will take you to a YouTube page, and one of the items on that page will have some red text, something about live now or something like that. And once you get there, you'll be able to see what this Win4 ICOM application will be able to, what it's doing for me, you might say. So just to kind of play with that. 86HF and the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA. Go ahead there, Bob. Over.
Yeah, K0, I think it's ATA, 86HF. Okay, nothing else to say, Mike. Just kind of listening, and we'll see what comes along. Haven't seen an upgrade in the software lately. Waiting for the next upgrade. The thing that I really would like to see is something that was available on Power SDR in the other iterations that was used with Flex radios, where you can superimpose the spots from the DX spotter onto the pan adapter on the viewer. That would be wonderful to have, but other than that, I'm very happy with the software as it is now, and it's always exciting to see what they add. So back to you, AD6HF.
Yeah, and even if they don't add anything, that's just a heck of a nice piece of software. It does an awfully nice job. I've had many of the Flex radios. I've had, just too many maybe. I've had the software ox, which of course uses a version of the Power SDR, but the Power SDR to me is just the king of the hill. I really like the way it works. I've run, my last Flex radio was the Flex 6500, and that used Smart SDR, and the previous ones used a version of the Power SDR, but Smart SDR to me was just wasn't much fun. I really like the way good old-fashioned Power SDR looks. It may look clunky, it may look old, but God darn it, it just works, I kind of like that feature. So, real good. Well, thanks very much for taking the time to check in there, Bob. And the call once again is Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha K0 Japan Tokyo America. I'm sorry, I need something to drink here. K0 Japan Tokyo America JTA. Look me up at K0JTA.com to be able to see what I see and hear what I see here on this with this win for IC. Yeah, win for ICOM suite application that runs my my IC7300 radio. 7-3, unless you had something further then, Bob. Nice to hear you have you aboard the 86HF K0JTA, and we meet each Sunday, of course, over.
Okay, well, 73, Mike, we'll see you again sometime soon. Spent a lot of time playing with FT8 and also fooling around on 160 meters. And FT8 sure comes in handy on 160 meters for sure. AD6HF.
Okay, real good. Yeah, I can't operate 160 at this particular point. If I would use a 1-to-1 current billing, then I can. But it's I think it's kind of limping. It's probably, you know, quite poor, but at least I was able to get out to some degree. But I think nobody was giving me much of a compliment of my signal, and justifiably so. 7-3 then, 86HF K0JTA, clear with you, over.
73, Mike.
Yep, 7-3. This is K0JTA. This is the software-defined radio net. Looking for any possible further possible check-ins, comments, or relays. Come ahead now. Over.
Q1 Juliet November Echo.
Okay, something wrong with the radio there. Looks like at first you were very strong. I have Juliet November Echo. Come ahead. Over.
Charlie 1 Juliet November Echo.
Okay, I'm not sure if I got that right. I have Charlie 1 Juliet November Echo. Over.
Kilo Charlie
WB6UQA.
Okay, KC1 Juliet November Echo. Okay, please stand by. I'll be right back with you. Another station here that just give me your call sign just for clarity or whatever, and I'll pass it back then to KC1JNE. WB6 Uniform India is what I have copied down. Come ahead. Over. WB6 station, come ahead. Over.
Whiskey Bravo 6 Uniform Quebec Alpha. The name is Jerry. Golf Alpha Romeo Yankee. We're in Santa Monica, and we're running a ICOM 7610.
Very good, Santa Monica. Yep. Okay, Barry. WB6 Uniform Quebec Alpha is what I have written down here. Be right back with you, Barry. By the way, I've used to have an IC7610, very, very nice radio. It was actually too much radio for this old person, so I traded down here to an IC7300, and it's just enough to keep me, you know, happy, I guess you might say. But I still like the Anon radio, so that's the way it goes. Please stand by, Barry. Got to put it back up to KC1 Juliet November Echo. Go ahead, K0JTA.
Yeah, this is KC1 Juliet November Echo. His name is Bruce. I'm here in Connecticut, and just got my general license just a few days ago.
Oh, very good, and congratulations on your new general license. That's excellent. What are you running for a radio and antenna up there, Bruce? Over.
I'm running the ICOM 7300 dipole, about 35-40 feet, and an automatic tuner, and that's about it right now.
Okay, real good. Are you using the built-in antenna tuner in your 7300 or an output one? Over.
LGG.
Yep. Okay, real good. Yeah, you can make the radio. I think you have to get into the menus, and there's a thing that they call, I don't like the term, but they call it emergency mode. At any rate, as it stands, the radio has a ability of about 3-to-1 SWR. But if you put it into the emergency mode, then it'll go to a 10-to-1 SWR about, or maybe even more. But it does reduce the power to 50 watts, so you probably know about that. But I'm running an IC7300 here at this particular moment, and so real good. Sounds great. You're not wildly strong, but I mean, you're quite a long distance away also. KC1JNE, Bruce, nice to have you aboard. We do meet here every Sunday at 17:30 Zulu or 18:30 Zulu, depending on the daylight savings time. It's always 12:30 local time here in Minnesota. My name is Mike, and I'm located in southeastern Minnesota. If you're looking up on K0JTA.com, you'll be able to see what my radio is looking like and this kind of stuff using a program called Win4ICOM Suite. W-I-N, the digit 4, I-C-O-M-S-U-I-T-E. Win4ICOM Suite. Very, very sweet program, by the way. I've had the RSBA 1 software. Matter of fact, I still have it, but it's really quite a task to make it operate. Matter of fact, I've not been able to fully master it. Matter of fact, I've been pretty well beaten up by that software. But this, by comparison, it just click, click, and it just flat works. I really like that. So extremely fine, simple, logical, and functional engineering in the Win4ICOM suite. But anyway, look me up in K0JTA.com. At the top of that K0Z page, you'll see a link that'll take you to YouTube. Once you're there, then you'll be able to see what my Win4ICOM suite is showing me here. K0JTA, Bruce, thank you for checking in, and congratulations on your new general class license. K0JTA and the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA. Over.
This is K0JTA again. Can I have your name once again?
Sorry, I never did give it. My name is Mike, M-I-K-E. Mike is my name. Over.
Okay, Mike, thanks for that. And I have you logged in, and catch you again on the net.
Okay, real good. Did you get the link there for, did you understand what I was talking about as far as going to K0Z.com and looking up K0JTA, Kilo Zero Japan, Tokyo, America, and the topmost link on that page will take you to a series of items, one of which will have live now or something like that in red text. Click on that and you'll be able to see what I'm seeing on my computer screen here that's running my IC7300. Go ahead there, Bruce. Over.
Yeah, Mike, I have it, and I will do that. And I got a friend there copying, so working with me that, you know, because I'm just kind of starting out in this. I'm kind of green, I guess you could say, with it yet. I haven't got the radio ears quite right, but we're getting there.
Oh, yeah, I'd say you're doing just fine, so real good. And again, congratulations on it. Nice to have you aboard, and things like that, so real good. Nice to have you aboard, and your IC7300 is just a heck of a hard radio to beat. And I'm kind of a fickle but fussy user of radios, so and to me the 7300 is just a fine piece of equipment. Okay, 7-3, unless you had something further, Bruce, and okay, and your guest there too. Over.
Okay, Mike, I guess KC1JNE 73s, and we'll be talking with you.
Yep, 7-3 then. All right. WB6 Uniform Quebec Alpha. Barry, go ahead. This is K0JTA. I don't know if I'm getting a copy now. Got it. You were in there okay, but no, it's not so good. Barry, Whiskey Bravo 6. Uniform Quebec Alpha, if I have that correct. If your call is close to that, please come ahead, Barry. K0JTA, over.
Okay, yeah, it's Whiskey Bravo 6, Uniform Quebec Alpha. It's Jerry, G-A-R-Y, with Golf Alpha from New Yankee. I have that Windows for ICOM suite, and I couldn't get it to work on my 7610. It might be something I'm doing, but it recognizes the port, but it doesn't recognize that I'm connected to an ICOM radio, so it's trying to figure it out.
Okay, real good. Okay, I'm having the Win4ICOM suite. Yeah, I used it on my 7610 when I had one, and the thing is, you do have to make sure you have the correct port. You have to get into the radio menus and look up, I think it's a CIV port number, as I recall. It's been too darn long. But also, there's a user group for the Win4ICOM suite. So it's look up a user group for the Win4ICOM suite, and if you have a question, you can either email, what's his name, Tom, I think it is. You can email him directly or present the question there on the user group. But if you email him, he'll come right back. You'll get a response just awfully quick. And he's extremely helpful. He's extremely conscientious and things like that. And he will make it work for you, Gary. Over.
Okay, where is the user group? And is code for the 761098, is that the code they use to recognize the radio 98?
That comes to mind. Like I said, I used to have one. I do not have any longer. On my 7300, I think it's 94. But yeah, you have to make sure you have that correct same code in the setup of your Win for ICOM suite. Over.
What is the correct code? Your audio is real low. What is the correct code?
Okay, I do not know, but you mentioned 98. That sounds familiar, but I do not know. I no longer own a 7610. Over.
Okay, and where do I look for the user group? Where is the user group located?
Oh, I can't tell you for sure. I tell you what, if you send me an email, do that. Send me an email. The call is K0JTA. Once you get there, you'll be able to see my my email link and things like that. Otherwise, it's simply mike@s3com.net. MIKE, then the S @ Sierra 3 Charlie Oscar Mike November Echo Tango. Mike@s3com.net, and then I'll get the information. I'll forward that to you. Over.
Okay, Mike. And I'll send you an email, and maybe you could send me back a link to the ICOM group, the group. Maybe they can answer my question. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yep, that or just if you got the program there. There's a link. I just gotta go and look here, but I think I gotta go and look here, and I got it. Okay, user manual about for new updates, FAQ. Yeah, I'm trying to see here what I guess that brings up. Yeah, just looking here to see what would come up. He does have really good support. I'm trying to think where you'd go here now. Features pan adapter. I guess I don't see it here in particular. No, I got it. Documentation support. Okay, I'm gonna just click on support there once. I guess that's where I am. Well, at any rate, yeah, send me a link, and what's gonna call is Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha K0JTA, and once you get that sent to me, I'll fire off the information you need, and otherwise just do a search for Win for ICOM Suite User Group. Do a search for that. That probably will bring in the same information up for you. WB6UQA K0JTA. Go ahead there, Gary. Over.
Okay, Mike. Roger. I got it. K0JTA, Mike, and the ICOM user group. Okay, I'll send you an email right away. Thanks a lot.
Okay, not the ICOM user group. You want the Win for ICOM Suite user group. That's what you want. Over.
Okay, Win for ICOM for user group.
Yeah, well, if you got my email address, or once again, mike@s3com.net, MIKE, then the @s3com.net. Send me an email. I will send you the needed information. Over.
Roger. Okay, I'll do that right away. Thanks. And your 7300 sounds good. I have a 7300 too. I liked it so much I got the 7610.
Yep, I did the same thing. Started at 7800, it was great. Got a 7610. It was too great. It was too much radio for me, so I wound up selling that, and I got actually, I shouldn't even say, but I have more of the 7300s. So it's just that good of a radio, and I'm kind of a picky hole for it. Over.
Radio to use. You just don't want to overlook too much in it, but it does quite a bit, and it's not very complicated. I had a Pro 2 before, an ICOM 756 Pro 2, so I was pretty familiar with ICOM radio.
Yep, I guess I was jumping with you a little bit there. Sorry about that. And yeah, I've had a 7610. I did sell it. It was a wonderful radio, but I started out with a 7300. Yep, it's a great radio, and it was actually too much radio for me, so that's why I wound up going after the another of the 7300, because it just was a great radio. So the 7610 was too much radio for me. That's the way it goes. So real good. Looking forward to getting your email, Gary, WB6UKQA and the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA, over.
Okay, yeah. Well, the 7300 is a really good radio too. They're almost identical in performance. They're not too much different, but I like the second receiver and all that. But anyway, I'll get going. I'm going to send you an email.
Wonderful. Yep, that sounds real good. Yeah, that's 7300 is or 7610. That's a great radio. Loved it, but wasn't enough to justify for my limited needs and abilities and this kind of stuff. So, like having a second receiver, well, wonderful. But you know, aside from the fact, it was a wonderful feature. But I really had no use and need for that, and a lot of other abilities that this thing had. And one thing it did tell me initially was the fact that it had a built-in server. So that for running the RSBA1 software, that was a built-in feature, did not need a standalone computer. But it turned out that RSBA1 was just such a task to get it to operate. So it kind of I lost a lot of the 7610's favor as a result of that. 73 Gary, looking for your email. 73 then, let's get any further. WB6UQA. And the software-defined radio net. This is K0JTA 73, Gary, over.
Okay, I just wanted to mention ICOM came out with a new software for the 7610 with 2 receivers in it. You know, the remote software from ICOM has 2 receivers in it now.
Yeah, that's version 2 of the RSBA1, right?
Anyway, Mike, you faded out, so I'll contact you later by email, WB6UQA73.
Yep, 73 then. All right, this is K0JTA. Any further information, any check-ins, any relays, any comments for the software-defined radio net? This is K0JTA, over. Okay, anybody have anything further? WB6JFH and the group. K0JTA is standing by. Gotta consider wrapping things up here, over.
K0JTA in the group, WB6JFH. Very good, Mike. I could hear the last station quite well from the north part of the desert there, stuff like that. Actually, I've never been down in that area. Mom and Pop or my parents didn't care much about desert stuff, so anyway. He had a good signal, and the 7610 sounded really good here and looked really good on the fan adapter, so it's a good radio. It seems to work, and I've been hearing, as I've been listening up and down the band, quite a few 7610s popping up now with octave beams like the other guy had, and then the X beams and all that kind of stuff, so it sounds pretty good. Just too bad conditions weren't better than they are. And hopefully they'll get better and people will have all kinds of fun working distant stations and stuff like that. That's all we have, Mike. So we'll say 73s and catch up to the next weekend. Maybe the K230F will be up by then, but we will see. 73s and chat later. K0JTA, WB6JFH, bud.
Okay, real good. WB6JFH and the software-defined radio net, the SDR net. This is K0JTA, real good. All right, and I concur on all your comments and this kind of stuff. And well, I hope that you get the new beam up, and that should help things out. But I was just noticing here, you were 10 dB over S9 that last transmission. So my goodness, it's conditions have definitely changed over what it's been here pretty much all summer long, and pretty poor for you and I, that's for darn sure. And okay, and being able to hear the Gary down there in Santa Ana with his 7610. Yep, the 7610 is a great radio, there's no doubt. And between that and the 7300, they're just selling a heck of a lot of those radios, it seems like. And well, and no wonder, because it is a fine radio. So what can you say? Well, at any rate, I'll make this the last call. Oh, I'll just say also, I'm glad to hear you're getting my emails. And yeah, please do send me that information on that Mavis or whatever that darn thing is. I can't think of what it is now. Doggone. They had a code name for this new project, and that was just really, really, really interesting to me. So please do send me whatever link you can that'll focus me on that particular piece of equipment. WB6JFH and the group, I'll say, I shouldn't say that yet. I'll make this the last call for the software-defined radio net. K0JTA standing by, over. Nothing heard. K0JTA is securing this session of the software-defined radio net. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody that took the time to check in. 7-3 all. K0JTA is QRT.
W7GOL standing by for the start of the weekly net at the top of the hour. AF2, WA0CFQ, W7GOL. W7GOL, here's Irv on AF2K. Yeah, you're doing pretty well. You're about a 5.7, 5.7 Seattle this morning. Canada is pretty busy, so it looks like we got some propagation on 20 back here. Good. As I say, the band conditions look pretty good. Normally, when things are a little spotty, I try to see if I can reach Dale halfway across Kansas City. AF2K, can you at least log in as present W7VOL for the net? I'll hang around, but propagation is always spotty. I'll leave you down and we'll see what happens. We've got 7 minutes to go. Roger. I'll be standing by in the background just a moment. What's a few extra minutes when you're having fun?